Good morning, all. And today's pondering brought to you by Louis M. Luis M. He asked for me to talk about the legalities. Really general, but he has pain. He wants to medicate properly, but he's worried about the legalities and what it means while things are still all over the place. And I've done a few tiptoeing through the legalities of this weird Canadian environment for medical marijuana. And they're pretty good, and nothing's changed, but I want to start with a disclaimer. I am not a lawyer. The best I've done is 2 years of transportation law. I took transportation law as part of my degree towards the Canadian Institute of Traffic and Transportation. But that doesn't make me a lawyer, doesn't make me even able to advise on legal situations. The only ones that can do that is your lawyer. But I can give you my opinion on the current situation, and it is learned, it's understood well. I've read a lot of the paperwork. So let's start by Canada's medical program has been around since the MMAR days. I don't even remember what that stood for, but it allowed people to grow their own and to buy through a government facility, which got shut down pretty early, and mostly it just allowed people to grow their own. If they were cancer patients, and back then, like I can remember 6-7 years ago even, my doctor said, you gotta pretty well be dying if you want medical cannabis. That changed. And along came the MMPR program. The PR program expanded the services and created the LPs, the licensed producers. That was the government stepping in and saying these few businesses are the only ones allowed, the only ones we authorize to sell this product to you. And they created everything around that. That has had a lot of, is our government propping up monopolistic means? Probably. But I can't really state that categorically. But it really is that with the MMPR, and we're not on that anymore, with the MMPR, you would see a doctor, they would give you a prescription. In the beginning of MMPR, they would give you a prescription, and then you would apply at one of the LPs. And that application would be sent to Health Canada, thus registering you with the program and making you legal. What a lot of people found was people were taking those prescriptions to dispensaries, and the LPs got upset, and changes to the MMPR program made it so doctors couldn't give a prescription anymore. It was the doctor's job to register you with the LP, and they started charging for that, and that backed off again. Now usually, unless you need a doctor online, if you're going and seeing one, usually it's just your time. It should cost you oh, excuse me, my back hurts really bad today, so I'm having indigestion and everything. You should have zero charge to apply. Now, during the MMPR days, yes, our rights as consumers, our rights as patients, as sick people, our rights, period, as Canadians were stepped all over. So there was a class action suit. It's called R.V. Smith. That's Regina or the courts versus Smith, where the MMPR program was challenged in court, and the federal government lost that challenge. Health Canada, this is nonpartisan. Health Canada lost that lawsuit. The Supreme Court of Canada ruled in 2015 that cannabis in all its forms, and they listed them: shatter, waxes, any kind of concentrate, edibles, topicals, syringes, oils, in any form, cannabis, when prescribed by a doctor, is our legal right to possess it in any form. And that the government was hurting our rights, impeding our rights in 5 different areas. Now, I don't remember every single area, but the major one was access to the pot, access to your medicine. No stores anywhere. They mentioned that. No stores anywhere. No access. You have to get it in the mail 24 to 48 hours, and sometimes it gets lost in the mail and people are without their medicine. That is an infringement on our rights. The fact that the LPs were only selling flower and nothing else was another point. They need to expand the product that they carry because we need to be able to access it in every form. So that is what, from that court case, the ACMPR was born. The Access to Cannabis for Medical Purposes Regulations, ACMPR. ACMPR opened up the right to grow. That's all they did. For 5 things, they attacked access. But I have to put half a pinky down for that, because that didn't attack access. It only improved access for a very small subset of people. They didn't open any stores. They didn't open any retail. They expanded the LP's product line to include oils, but had THC limits on those oils. The reason I keep mentioning this is because all these actions, or lack of action on part of our government, has caused the growth of the dispensary market, because sick people don't want to make their own oil, make their own capsules. They don't have that kind of time. I barely keep up on making my own rosin, and lately have bought it because my back and stuff. So that's why we have the system we have now. Now for you, Lewis, sorry it took so long, but that's the background, and I've probably missed a few things. But that's the background. Now you go see a doctor. That doctor has given up on his regular practice and only does medical now. He's not your day-to-day doctor. He's just going to review any documents you have and likely sign you up. That doctor is not allowed to give you a prescription, not allowed to write on a document or anything like that. That doctor has to give you a list of all the LPs, licensed producers that are sanctioned by the government. I wouldn't say made legal by the government, because I don't think that's the case. It's not who's legal or not legal, it's who is sanctioned. And therefore, you get tax breaks if you buy from an LP, and some insurance companies are covering you if you buy from the LP. These kind of ifs are being challenged again in court because it's wrong. Your right is your right, not only if you buy from this source. They don't tell you that you can't get your morphine at London Drugs, only Shoppers Drug. No, you get it from a drugstore. And that's what we need to do, is improve this. So, as a patient, Lewis, see a doctor. Don't wait for it to be recreational. Get yourself legal. See a doctor. I'm not even promoting my dispensary here. mmjthc.ca. Click doctors. It's a list that I maintain of doctors right across Canada. Sorry for the plane. That can help you. But again, all of them can only help you the way the law states they can. So they'll connect you to an LP. Then from there, that is your choice what you do with that. Most medical dispensaries, most of the dispensaries in BC are medical, not recreational, and are protected by local governments and businesses and people. Most of these dispensaries insist on some kind of proof that you have registered with an LP, and we do. so that we can be sure that you are a legal practitioner, because we don't want to sell recreational. We don't have enough product. We need to keep just with the people we have. I wouldn't say we don't have enough product. We wouldn't have enough product if we opened the doors wide open, and we'd probably get shut down. That's the entire thing, is most of these dispensaries are made legal by local business because they're required, because you can't get those products from the LPs. And government understands that. Government is slow to move on this. So there's a lot of ifs and buts. But let me say this, Lewis. I'm not suggesting you go beyond your LP and buy from a dispensary. I don't buy from my LP. I only am registered with them. 95% of what I buy is from my one dispensary. But I'm not suggesting you do that. You need to make your own choice. But let me state this. I have not heard of a patient being arrested for buying from a dispensary. Not once. I have heard of dispensaries getting shut down. I've heard of during the shutdown that patients they are often held until the situation's over, then let go. But I've never heard of a charge to a patient. The charges are to those working in them, and they take that risk. And we should be fighting that anyway, because you have the legal right of commerce to buy from whomever you need, as long as it's a legal product. They've made it legal by the fact that you have a prescription, even though they aren't giving it to you. You have proof of a prescription. You have a doctor saying you need to have this product. Shame on the government telling us where we can buy it. That's against our rights. Again, I'm not a rights lawyer. I'm not a human rights lawyer. I'm a person with an opinion. I hope this has helped. Longer pondering than usual. Peace and cheers. Love and harmony.